Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact Fontaine story. Last time we did Lenny's story quest and learned more about his backstory, and of course his relations with, I believe, was not Callus. Callus is Navia's father. I cannot remember his name. I'm sorry. I'll put this name up in editing. But today, with the 4.1 update, we have Fontaine's Acts 3 and 4 and 2 new character story quests, starting with 3. To the stars, shining in the depths. Now that the serial disappearance case has been solved, we decide to rest up for a while, but something is stirring in the dark. So the way Fontaine's story ended is very like it's not open-ended though. It's not too open-ended. It tied up a lot of loose ends, especially regarding the serial disappearance case, and then with a nice little bow on the top, resolving the case with Callus and Navia, and Navia's arc kind of ended there for temporarily. But talking with Neuvillette, there are still a lot of things that still been left unanswered, such as the ore trees, and of course we have Tartaglia, and of course we have Neuvillette and Furina. So there's still a few things that we still need answered, and that's I think what we're going to be looking into next, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. Now I have no idea how I have an idea how it's gonna start. Just by watching the special program and timing and everything. I think it's pretty obvious how it's gonna start. But I'm not gonna say anything. But here we are back at Fleuve Cendre.
Yep, here's the room, and it's empty and waiting for us as promised. Navia is such a good person. Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely relax.
We still have others to worry about, Paimon. We can't relax.
For a while. Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then.
If we want to rest, can we pick somewhere with a decent view?
Oh, come on! This place isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base?
The truth, Paimon.
Oh, fine. Remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so Paimon wanted to buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it.
Fair enough. Just don't spoil the ending for me this time.
Yippee! Then it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line and buy a copy.
Alright.
Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even though it's a detective novel, it's also like a social documentary. Whew. It's actually pretty good.
You just finished it? You're a pretty slow reader, Paimon.
No. Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you, that's all.
Excuse me.
Fair enough.
But do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
Huh? Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before. Wait, you're not here to give us trouble, are you?
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Phew, looks like I found the place. Good thing I asked the Spina di Rosula.
What do you want from us?
They sent me the right way.
Hey, what do you mean by chatty? Paimon's always careful not to talk too much.
You speak most of my lines, Paimon. Don't even start.
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Neuvillette wishes to see you.
Oh.
It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
Neuvillette? He wants to see us
I was
again,
wondering
huh?
why we're... Okay.
Huh. We talked so much the last time we met. Has something happened since then?
I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Neuvillette in person.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
I mean, we always go up to
Now
something
that I've
bad.
delivered the message, I'll take my leave.
Thanks! We haven't left the room for a few days, so we'll head over once we've freshened up a bit.
Wait, in a few days. How long were we staying here? I thought we were staying here for like 1 day. Okay, so I was wondering why we were like going back to We're going back to Fleuve Cendre? I was wondering why we're going back to Fleuve Cendre because it feels so weird. Because, like as I was trying to say, if it starts the way I think it's gonna start, wouldn't we be meeting with the villain of Furina? Oh, but he calls us after we go to Fleuve Cendre. That's a bit of a non-intro, but okay, makes sense. Alright. I'm assuming Furina is gonna be there as well. Or not? Oh, it's just Neuvillette.
Neuvillette! We're here! Did you want to see us about something? Huh? Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not.
Sure.
The situation is this.
A while earlier the palace more.
It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan Harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I heard that she was originally from Fontaine.
Oh.
But for her
So
to
it's a
suddenly arrive
flashback
here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Childe's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan Harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter.
Yeah, you unfairly
provide
imprisoned
an
them.
opportunity for Snezhnaya
So,
to put pressure on us.
She would be pissed.
I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Are you serious?
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right? It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't
Furina, why
agree
so
to see
scattered?
each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as
I was gonna say,
friendly,
were you guys
it is
ever
only superficially so.
allies
You wouldn't go so
in
far
a
as to say that our nations are friends.
diplomatic
as you did in
stance
your example.
at all?
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Ahem. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed with time. Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
You're too reliant on
And
him.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean
Okay.
you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me.
Furina, do you really have no sense of agency?
Lady Furina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
What, you're afraid about your noses being taken?
Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
Neuvillette's just done with Furina at this point. Here we go. And now my biggest question will be answered.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party.
Here she is.
I assume you see it the same way, Miss Furina?
She is the fourth. Wow.
Lady Furina?
Oh, yes, that's right. Just like you said.
What
tea
a
party.
reveal.
I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else
So it's just
to
between
join
you
us
three?
today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's
Also,
no need to introduce the nation.
did you guys notice the vision on the back?
Me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
The
not.
pleasure is
Oh no,
also
that's
mine.
delusion.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine,
Oh shoot.
and I'm told that the children of the House of
No
the
vision
Hearth
then.
have been well taken care of by you.
One of them almost got convicted.
I'm not referring to when my children, Linny
Oh,
and
okay.
Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
You sure about that?
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child.
What's your
correct?
game, Arlecchino?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with
Eudex?
diplomatic
The eyes are
pleasantries,
silent, okay.
and hopes that we can
I've
get
been listening
straight
to
to the
Eudex
point
the
of
entire
our talk.
time.
Yes, as you surmised, understanding Childe's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui Harbingers, Childe and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Childe be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step?
Hello?
You don't need to transfer Childe to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meropide to see Childe and confirm his
Ain't gonna
condition.
break him out?
It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple
Holy
request like that. Right, Miss Furina?
About that.
The Fortress of Meropide has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation
And
of
you
the
can use
Harbinger,
us.
I have a proposal.
The Knave showed up already? Well, Linny did say that Father will be returning soon. We didn't even know that Linny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Please be careful, Neuvillette. The Knave won't be easy to deal with.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the situation. I also notice that Lady Furina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the Knave.
Could the Knave be threatening Lady Furina or something?
I mean, there's always the matter of the
If
gnosis,
that were
right?
the case, and why wouldn't Lady Furina inform me? And what means could the Knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Furina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the Fortress of Meropide,
What the hell?
Childe recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Disappeared?
The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but
What
there
the
have
hell?
also been no reports of him outside of the Fortress of Meropide. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Childe's disappearance. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Childe, and it is my duty to see justice
Francis
done.
pushing it.
So this is what you wanted to see us about before.
Yes. I would like you to go to the Fortress of Meropide and investigate Childe's disappearance. This was my proposal during our meeting with the Knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find
So
out
are we
about
gonna be able
Childe's
to
situation and
go
report
back
to her in
and
detail.
talk to the Knave in person
The
then?
Knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
Nice impression
So
of her.
that means we bought ourselves some time.
Wouldn't it be more convenient to have an official from Fontaine do this?
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Childe. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meropide.
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meropide is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile, just as before. The Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
It's kind of like
All
how
we do
our
is
villagers
dispatch
treated.
guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters.
Actually, no, this makes way
Although
more
I do
sense
have
than
a
that.
personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own
They can't get involved,
investigation as a
otherwise
third
think
party,
about all
right?
these scandals can cause.
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. This will save us a lot of unnecessary trouble. So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Since you're in such a tough spot,
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright, we hereby accept this difficult task. Reluctantly.
You two have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation. Also, I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meropide's entrance on Erinius once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real.
yeah, we're gonna be prisoners, Paimon.
On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Do you even consider the fact we'd be prisoners?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Now that's more like it. Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find. We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. Your treat.
It's always my treat.
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
That's been an awkward moment with the Neuvillette. So, we're going to prison on Arlecchino's request. And yeah, the big thing that I was worried about is finally confirmed. Arlecchino is ranked 4th, so that means theory about the order shown on Wanderers and Tartaglius, about the fellow Harbingers, that order is probably their order of their rankings then. Meaning, if Arlecchino is ranked 4th, then Capitan is 100% ranked 1st. There's no way around it. That still leaves one more question about Piero's ranking. If he's either ranked 0 or if he's the director but ranked low, because that still could be a thing. But if he is ranked 0, then that means there has to be a secret ranking Harbinger, meaning there are 12 Harbingers rather than the 11 that we know. But yeah, this bitch just confirms a lot of our theories that we've had for a long time. And she does have a pyro, it's... Okay, the delusion division shape is like the same for Snezhnaya, just like altercations, so...
I'll have that, and that! Oh, and one of those two! Ooh, and no Fanta, thank you!
You sure did a lot. Didn't you just finish eating the cake that Neuvillette gave us?
That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we were about to go to prison, Paimon's stomach suddenly became completely empty. Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. Just to avoid breaking any strange laws here. But here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the Fortress of Meropide. Maybe this is what they call fate.
Wait,
Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
They don't want that. It's stalking us.
Oh, what
Oh.
is that I hear? Is it
Charlotte,
the
you
taste of a
scared
breaking
me.
story?
Hey! You can't hear a taste! And what are you
Anyways,
doing
hi, Charlotte.
here, Charlotte?
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up.
Ouch.
Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
Oh, I do have a story. I cannot tell you.
You know we can still hear you, Charlotte.
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Meropide. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
No, we didn't.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neuvillette told us to keep it a secret!
We're going to serve our sentences and redeem ourselves for spoiling the ending of a detective novel in public.
Huh? You're being arrested for that?
I know, it's weird, right?
Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable. Almost as offensive as committing theft.
I know, right? It's crazy.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious?
See? I told you, Paimon.
Sorry, Paimon really messed up.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing. Oh, right. There's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Meropide, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
About that, Paimon doesn't think we'll have any time.
We're serving our sentences there, Charlotte. We can't do
All you
anything.
have to do is think of a way to get some time face-to-face with the warden of the fortress.
Oh, him?
He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare. On top of that, the Fortress of Meropide has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me, knows anything about the person in charge there. Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Of course, I wouldn't ask you to do it for free, so this meal is on me.
Oh, really?
Alright, you got a deal. We'll do anything you want.
Really, Paimon?
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Blame her. Not me.
Oh, Paimon's so full. Well, guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going.
That's what happens when you stuff yourself, Paimon.
Wait. Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
I had no idea you could eat so much. That didn't go according to plan. Please,
Sorry,
please,
Charlotte.
don't forget about the material for my news article.
We will. I mean, we won't forget. That's what I meant. I meant we won't forget. We promise to get, you know, the news piece and everything. Why would the Opera Epic class for? Wait, is the Fortress of Meropide entrance there? Is it in that giant little hole that we found behind the Opera House? That's not what I expected the entrance of the Fortress of Meropide to be, but okay. Well, you got me twice, Genshin. Is it really here?
Alright, Neuvillette, we're ready. Is this where the entrance is?
You have come just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the Fortress of Meropide from Irenaeus. Careful. You may want to step back a bit.
Whoa! So you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the Fortress of Meropide is naturally the perfect place to confine.
But that's
and
why
guard
it
criminals.
specifically said it's
But
a
do not
place for
worry.
exiles.
It's
Since
not nearly as frightening inside as you may think. You will see for yourselves once
Okay.
you're down there.
Paimon hopes you're right. Don't know about you, but just thinking about being at the bottom of the sea like that gives Paimon the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Writhsley. He's a very shrewd fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we heard about him too. He's that Duke, right?
Correct. He is the highest-ranking manager of the underwater prison. Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any confrontation with him or any of his subordinates. The Duke rarely ever leaves the Fortress of Meropide, but that does not mean he is not privy to all that is happening inside and outside the fortress. He is quiet, but not unaware, so please bear that in mind.
The Duke, Writhsley. I'll keep that in mind.
All right. That's about all the time that we have to talk privately. I'm counting on you two.
Don't worry, we won't let you down.
Wish us luck.
Good. Madeline!
I'm here, Monsieur Neuvillette. These two are the newest convicts, I presume? Don't worry, they won't escape on my watch.
Like we would try.
Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paperwork for entering the Fortress of Meropide.
Does she know about Neuvillette's plan, or is it just us three? Oh, this is what people were talking about. What's unfinished comedy? I never even seen this quest before. But yeah. Also, the reason why Neuvillette is like it's a place for exiles rather than convicts. Convicts in prison usually are controlled and taken care of until they're released, unless they're sent to life imprisonment. Exiles, on the other hand, is a terminology for people that are literally just sent away to who knows where. They're exiled. They're not able to come back at all. We saw that in Sumeru. So now knowing how the Fortress of Meropide acts, it makes way more sense why this is an exile rather than imprisonment. Since coming to the Fortress of Meropide, no one cares about the prison, about the prisoners here.
So this is what it feels like to be a criminal in Fontaine.
You two seem to be taking this pretty well. It's rare to see convicts in such a good mood.
Well, we're not exactly prisoners. We're here to investigate, but whatever. She doesn't know. Also, can I just say, I made this comment before. I love the aesthetics of the Fortress of Meropide. It is the exact steampunk aesthetic that I thought we were gonna see in Fontaine. Like, this was basically it. And this looks really cool.